Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing something fun. We're going to be doing half a face of Drugstore and half a face of expensive makeup, and we're going to see what looks best. So yeah, really fun. Haven't done this before. So yeah, I hope you enjoy and let's get to it. First, we're going to start with primers. I don't tend to prime my face that often anymore, but for the purpose of today's video, let's do it. Okay, so this is the most expensive one. This is the Tatcha Silk Canvas. You can't actually buy this in the UK. Well, you could, to be fair, you could get it on eBay, but it's very expensive. But I just got this when I was in America. It's $55, I believe. Super smoothing on the skin. It's amazing for filling in your pores. And then the cheaper version is going to be the e.l.f. Poreless Putty. Everyone knows that this is the dupe for the Tatcha. So they are very similar in consistency, literally like a putty. My favourite probably is the e.l.f. one because it doesn't feel as drying on the skin. The Tatcha one does feel quite drying. So, but we're gonna put them both to the test and we'll see what you think. So let's do it! So my left side is going to be the expensive side and the right side is going to be the Drugstore side. So I've gone in with about this much of the Tatcha. You don't really need a lot. A little goes a long way. God, I haven't used this in ages. The smell reminds me of holiday. I got this from Sephora, and us poor UK folk don't have a Sephora. So whenever I'm in Dubai or America, I stock up on a Tatcha. Okay, so that is the primer for the Tatcha. Okie dokie. And this is how much I've got of the e.l.f. Poreless Putty. This one just feels a lot thinner, but because it isn't so thick, you probably do need just like a tad bit more. But I don't think you can tell the difference once it's on. I love it. Okay, so that's the primer. Now let's move on to foundation. We are going in with Nars Natural Radiant Longwear for the expensive side and L'Oreal True Match foundation for the Drugstore side. Shading wise, this is like a kind of a good match, so I won't look stupid. So the Nars shade I've got Valorous, and the L'Oreal shade I have in 5N Sand. So yes, I both like these foundations are both amazing. I love them. I probably just reach for Nars a little bit more. Let me check the prices for you, darlings. Okay, so the Nars foundation is £35 and the L'Oreal foundation is £9.99. Obviously it varies on where you get them from, but yeah, that's a good price difference to compare. So I've just taken 2 pumps of the Nars on my hand. I don't know how these shades are going to match up because I'm not as tanned as normal. I've just been so busy. I haven't been doing a lot of self-care situations on myself. Oh, that's not too bad. Going with the same amount. Let's be fair here. Let's give it a fair shot. Well, the shades are actually really spot on. To be fair though, I did use that website. Foundation is so handy. So you basically just put in your shade that is closest to you right now. So for instance, I would have put Nars Valorous in, and then if I wanted to buy a foundation from Fenty Beauty, I would have put in that foundation, and then it gives you what shade you would be in that foundation. So good. Okay, stamp it in. I mean, I don't know what it looks like on camera. I don't know what you guys think. Can you tell? I don't know if I can tell a difference. Tell me if I'm wrong. Okay, so concealer, I've gone for my cheapest favourite and my most expensive favourite. So this is going to be interesting. Okay, so most expensive, we're going to go for the Hourglass Veil Concealer. This is in the shade Fawn. And then the cheap side, we're going to go for the e.l.f. Cosmetics Hydrating Camo Concealer. I think this is pretty much everyone's favourite cheap concealer because it's so good. Okay, so the Hourglass Concealer is £32. They do it in a travel size, which is £15. Okay, so then the e.l.f. Concealer is £6. £6, so cool. This is the shade Medium Peach. So let's do it. Let's put them to the test. So I would say they've both like really got the same amount of coverage. They're both quite creamy. Okay, so I'm just going to go in with the Hourglass first. I'm not going to pop too much on, just in my normal areas there. This sponge is so good. This is from LD UK Beauty. It's so soft. It's literally like a marshmallow. I love it. I love a good sponge. So yeah, I'm just going to blend that into the skin like I normally would. Lovely and brightening. Fabulous coverage, super glowy. Lovely. I'm hoping the shades kind of match. Okay, I think this one is also a lot more light. Like this is a lot lighter. But it's okay. It's okay. What do you think? I don't know. I honestly can't tell you. Maybe the Hourglass one hasn't creased as much as the e.l.f. one has. Okay, moving on to cream contour. So I chose the Patrick Tar contour. I really love this just because it's got a cream and a powder, but obviously I'm going to use a different powder just so we can, you know, proper test things out. But yeah, I love this. It's just really nice for contour because it's got a great undertone, so it's not too warm or too orange. This was 35. Yeah, this is £35. I love it. So yeah, we're going to go in with that on the expensive side. I believe this is out of stock though. I know, which is not helpful, but obviously if you order it on Cult Beauty, you can get like a notification when the items that you're interested in are back in stock. But yeah, just look at that. That's so good. So for the drugstore side, I'm going in with the e.l.f. contour palette. I've had this for such a long time now. Let me just check the price for you. It's £7.50 on Feel Unique. I don't actually use the concealer shade just because that is really yellow. And I don't want yellow. So yeah, we're going to go in with that. This one probably isn't as creamy. You have to work it in a bit more. But that doesn't really bother me, to be quite honest with you. Cream blush. This was hard, yeah. This was really hard. Because I do have more expensive blushes, but this is like one of my favourites. I always talk about this. So for the more expensive side, we're going to go in with the Refy cream blush. This is the shade Malaya. I think that's, is it £14? Yeah, £14. And then my favourite cheaper cream blush is the e.l.f. Putty blush. These are really good. They're like a cream to powder consistency, so they're gonna last all day. Really good shade range. This is in the shade Tahiti, I believe. It's only on the box, and I chucked the box ages ago, but I'm pretty sure it's Tahiti. They're probably the closest ones that I had in terms of shade. My Refy one is absolutely buggered. But yeah, they're just my two faves. So we're going to go with Refy first. Just look at that. Just such a beautiful shade and goes on super quickly. This is just one that I always have in my kit for clients, weddings. The shade suits most people, so it's just a really good one to have in there, and you don't actually need a lot, which is a bonus, so it's going to last you ages. Okay, so you pretty much saw me do the Refy side of the blush, and then I did the Drugstore side and it just stopped recording. I'm so annoyed. No idea why I did that. But yeah, that is the e.l.f. Putty blush. So I was basically saying it's really good if you are more on the oily side, because it is a cream to powder blush. So you know it's going to last all day. Yes, as you can see, they both look amazing. So now we're going to move on to powder bronzer. This was quite hard. My most expensive bronzer is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush bronzer. Love this. This is £39. As you can see, I really love it. This is the shade 2 or medium, but it's just really good because you can actually get refillables. So even though it's expensive, you can get refillables, which will end up being cheaper. And then Drugstore bronzer. I have two. The Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. That is probably my go-to for Drugstore bronzer, but I actually gave it to my mum, so I don't have it with me, but that is amazing. Love it so much. But today, because this is what I have, this is the Body Collection bronzer. This is really nice. This is the shade Medium Dark. Look how nice it is. Love that press. You can get this from Wilko. So can you class it as Drugstore? I mean, if you live in England and you don't go to Wilko, are you okay? But yeah, that's all I have as a Drugstore bronzer at the minute, so I'm sorry, but I still do really love it anyway. So we're going to go in with the Charlotte Tilbury first. It basically does what it says on the tin. It makes your skin look so smooth. It doesn't cake, and like I say, if you have any dry patches, it doesn't cling to them at all. It's so good. Love it. So that's the Chartils. And then we're going to go in with the Body Collection. This is very pigmented, so just beware. I made that mistake. So you just need to grab like the tiniest bit. Now we're going to move on to powder blusher. Again, really tough one. I love blush, so I had a lot to choose from. But I managed to narrow it down. Okay, so for the high-end blush, I've gone in with the Hourglass Ambient blush. This is in the shade Luminous Flush. So pretty. Hourglass are just amazing. And then for the Drugstore, I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Cosmetics Bite Size in the shade Guava. These are so cute. So you have a matte side, and then you also have like a highlighting side as well. The Hourglass one is a travel size because I got it in the Cult Beauty Advent Calendar, but I will have a look anyway. Okay, so the travel size is £24. Yeah, That's crazy, right? And then the e.l.f. is £3. Oh my god! That's madness. Oh, it blows my mind. Just look at that though. Look at that. They just have like such a nice candle lit glow with all of their products. So like the bronzer, the finishing powder. Oh, I love them. I really want to try the stick blushes as well. But I'm just trying to rein myself in. Okay, now we're going to go on to the e.l.f. blush. This is probably a little bit more salmony compared to the Hourglass one, but we're just going to roll with it. It's fine. It's all good. God, I look very blush, don't I? I just have to go back in with my foundation brush and sort that out. Okay, cool. But yeah, both equally stunning. I have these in 3 different shades. They're so good. Okay, so the most expensive cream highlight I have is the Iconic London Illuminating Drops. This is in the shade Original. They're just, everyone loves these. I don't know someone that doesn't. Yeah, look at that. And even though I've put like powder, blush and stuff underneath, it hasn't like disturbed any of that. So, but yeah, just look at that. So pretty. I think they come in 3 different shades. Let me just check how much it is. £30. But you don't need a lot at all. So they are going to last you ages, and they're really nice rubbed in with like body moisturiser. So they're like multi-purpose. Oh, so pretty. So this is the Sleek highlight palette in Cleopatras Kiss. So you've got 2 cream shades in there and 2 powder. So I'm just going to go in with the cream because I've got cream on the other side. I remember like ages ago people were obsessed with the Sleek highlights because they were so cheap. I'll double check for you in a second how cheap it was. I think maybe £11 for that palette, which is crazy. Yeah, really nice, and the powders are super nice as well. Right, let's just check how much the Sleek one was. Okay, you can get it in Boots for £9.99, or it's on ASOS sale at the moment for £6.65. Okay, so for high-end powder, my favourite, like the most expensive one, has to be the Hourglass. Okay, so I'm just going to go in literally just under my eyes and press it into the skin. I'm not going to bake. It's like, it just gets rid of your pores. Can you see the difference? Ooh. Yeah, £45 for the Hourglass one. And then my favourite drugstore, again, this, I'm going to be super annoying. You can't actually get this in the UK, but you can get the pressed version, which is really good as well. But this one, I just saw like when I went to America a couple of years ago, I had to buy it because it's all I saw Americans go on about. And I can see why, because it is so good. So yeah, this is the Maybelline Fit Me in the shade 10. I'm excited to see the difference in this. I accidentally put way too much on. Oh goddamn, hold on. Let me brush it away. Just brush that away, and then I'm going to press the rest into the skin a sec. So obviously with the Maybelline one, they do come in shades. So I got the light shade to just really brighten. Oh my God. So obsessed with it. Okay. As you like, this side obviously is a lot more mattified. Mattified, is that even a word? Whereas like the Hourglass, you can just see like a little bit of sheen here. I was going to see if I could just find out how much the Maybelline one was. Okay, so the Maybelline Fit Me pressed powder is $5.99. I don't even know if you can get the loose powder anywhere. There's this website called iHerb, and I'm just like, is it legit? Because it does come up an awful lot, but it says that you can get it from iHerb for $5.95. But I'm not going to go there because I don't know if that's legit or not. And I'm not going to be the one to find out. So let me know if anyone has shopped from iHerb. Okay, so the most expensive setting mist I have is the Hourglass. This is a soft focus setting spray. This is £47. I paid nearly £50 for a setting spray. WTF. Easily persuaded I am. My cheapest one is the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. This is £16. Love this for just making your makeup melt back in. So it just like looks very skin-like, very healthy. And this one just gives you the most amazing dew ever. So yeah, £47, 16. Look at that. So you know, like when you feel like you've powdered your face too much or your makeup just isn't sitting right, the Morphe one just brings everything back together. It's so good. Love it. I always make sure I've got a couple in there because most of the time it's sold out. But yeah, we are back looking glossy goodness now. Okay, eyebrows. This was tough because I don't have a drugstore soap. I love laminated brows, soap brows, bushy brows. So the only thing I had was the e.l.f. Brow Wow, which just gives you like the Glossier boy brow kind of vibe. Whereas I obviously like flat to the face, bushy goodness. So that was hard to find a drugstore one. And then for my most expensive brow product that I love is obviously the big brow base. Obviously I love Pink Honey, like when I showed you in my brow video. So Pink Honey and Refy, but this was the most expensive. This is £24.99. And the e.l.f. Brow Wow, let's have a look, is £6. So yeah, that was just quite a big difference. So yeah, we're gonna go in with the big brow base first. Okay, so that's the brow base on. I'm just gonna let it dry before I put pencil on. Okay, now we're gonna go in with the e.l.f. Wow Brow. I've only used this a couple of times. This is the shade Taupe. I don't think this is my shade, but they sent it me, so yeah. Okay, so that's that. As you can see, it's made them just a little bit lighter than my actual brow. Okay, so my favourite brow pencil I've literally just run out of, the Refy brow pencil. I think that's £14, £14 or £16. So that's what I would have used. But the only thing that I could find that was more expensive than the drugstore pencil, which I'll show you in a minute, is the Ciate brow pen. So not a pencil, but you know, we have to improvise. Okay, so I've just put the Ciate on. Now we're going to go for my favourite brow pencil from the drugstore. This is all I use for bridal because it's so good, so quick. This is the Maybelline Ultra Slim here. This is the shade Deep Brown. I also have black. let's get the prices for you. So the Ciate Microbladed Brow Pen, that is £14. And then the Maybelline, looks like it's on sale at the moment, guys, for £7. So yeah, really good, love it. Obviously my brows are going to look totally different colour because of the brow gel was just a bit more cooler shade than my actual brow shade. Interesting. So my brows have actually stayed in place with that brow wow. I don't know how it'll be all day, obviously. The brows are done. Very impressed, you know, with the e.l.f. Eyeballs. This was interesting. My most expensive palette is the Natasha Denona Metropolis. This is like 100 and something stupid pounds. So this is it here, right? And I was like, what other palette can I do that's going to be the same as that? The other palettes that I had that had any sort of those sorts of tones in was the Be Perfect with Makeup with a Jar, like the Clientele palette. This is £34.99, I believe, but you've got so many good shades in here. As you can see, I've hit pan on a couple, but you've got your warm tones, you've got some cools, you've got lots of shimmers. The shimmers in this are so pretty, so pretty. So yeah, I'm trying to see which colours are like kind of the same. This is hard, y'all. So I'm going to go in with like a warm tone base colour, and I'm just going to put it all over the lid and above the crease so that the green has something to like blend into, if that makes sense. Should we zoom you in? Shall we? Okay. Whee! And then I'll do the same sort of shade on this eye. Oh wow, look how similar they are. This one might be just a bit more red. So for Natasha Denona, I've gone in with this shade here. And then on the Clientele, I've mixed two. Those two. How interesting. I just realised that this Clientele palette's got no green shimmer in, and I thought it did. So I'm going to have to do some improvisation. Improvisating? I'm going to have to do some improvisation. Ooh, I do love me a khaki lid. I might just go in with a few different shades from the Natasha Denona one and see where we end up. Oh, yes. I've even matched my top, guys. I matched my top to my makeup vibe. Oh my god, that shade is so pretty. Okay, now we're on to the improvising eye. I think there's a khaki matte shade in here, so what I'll probably do is just put that on my finger and just place it across like everywhere that I've put the shimmer on the other eye, and then mix some shimmers together, which isn't really what we should be doing, but on times like this we have to do something. How stupid was I that I thought there was a green shimmer in here? I'm sure there was. There's a really dark brown shimmer in here, like that. Okay, and then I'm just going to mix it in with that matte green. Okay. Okay. We're getting somewhere here. Okay, I'm shook that that's just actually worked. I'm actually quite proud of myself. Okay, I think the Natasha Denona is a bit more khaki. Crab bag. Don't think we've done too bad though, guys. What do you think? And I've hardly got any fallout on either side. Don't know if you can tell. No fallout. Interesting. Now on to lashes. My two mascaras. I always use this one now. If you follow me on Instagram, you will know that this is my ride or die. This is the Revlon Big Bad Lash Mascara. $7.99. Incredible. Love it. And then my favourite, more expensive mascara. This looks disgusting. I'm so sorry. This is the Iconic London Triple Threat Mascara. This is £16, I think. Let me triple check. Iconic London Triple Threat Mascara. So on Cult Beauty it's £19, but on Boots it's on sale for £15.20. So the Iconic London Mascara wand is like the typical wand that I really like, really thin. You can get into like all the nooks and crannies, and you can just like coat every lash with it, you know. Like the wand is a lot thicker than what I normally like, but I don't mind if it does like what it says. It's just so lengthening, really thickening. Yeah, I can tell you I definitely prefer the Revlon, 100%. Right, so eyes are done. I'm just going to zoom you out so we can do lips. Wow. Okay, my brows, you know, like that elf side, it's gone down a little bit, but we've still got that bushy vibe. Anywho, right, lips. So, no question about it, the best, or personally, the best drugstore lip liners are the Morphe ones. This is my favourite shade ever. This is Backseat Love, and also Sweet Tea, which is like a nice brown shade. And then my favourite, more expensive lip liners is always going to be Charlotte Tilbury. Look at it. This is the shade Pillow Talk. I use this so much. But yeah, the difference in price, I believe the Charlotte Tilbury one is 17 and the Morphe ones, oh god, I can't remember how much the Morphe ones are now. Hold on. £3, shut up. £3 for the Morphe lip liners. Crazy. And that's so good. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with the Charlotte Tilbury. Beautiful, so that's the shade Pillow Talk. And then this is the Morphe one in shade Backseat Love. Yeah, they're really similar. I tried to pick out the ones that are like most similar in shade. Lipstick, it's going to be a Charlotte Tilbury lipstick again, but I've decanted all of mine into a palette. So my favourite Charlotte Tilbury lip combo at the moment is Hepburn Honey mixed with Bitch Perfect. So I'm just going to rub my finger in both of them. So Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks are £25, £26, and the Morphe lipstick is £10. This is the Morphe one in the shade Butterflies, just like a really nice pinky shade. So creamy. It is quite different to the Charlotte Tilbury side in colour, but yeah, so I'd say that the Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks do have a little bit more of a longevity. They're not as creamy as the Morphe ones. So the Morphe ones do tend to just slide off that little bit quicker, but for that sort of price, we don't mind. Okay, lip gloss. The most expensive one I have is the Fenty Beauty. This is in the shade Diamond Milk. Let me just check the price for you. This is £17. This is just like a really nice, pretty, shimmery clear gloss. Look at that. Oh, they smell divine as well. And then my favourite cheap one that I have is the NYX Intense Butter Gloss. Their soft matte lip creams and their glosses are so nice. Let me just check the price of this one. £5.50. Bargain. This is the shade Tres Leges? No, I don't know. I'll put it down the bottom. Cute. How nice. Ooh. Okay, so that is like the whole face done. We got there in the end. I don't actually know which side I prefer. I think it's such a close call. I would love to know like what you guys think. I can't actually tell you. I can't tell you, but I'm just super impressed with everything, honestly. Drugstore makeup has just, they've really upped their game. So to be honest, I don't think it matters personally. Obviously some things that you do spend more money on because they are better, but you know, I'm quite happy with everything today. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and as always, thank you for the love and support, and I will see you in my next one. Mwah. Microbladed. Trixie! Bloody bugger barked and there wasn't even any reason to bark. Fun, fun, fun!